What is up, gamers? I'm here to talk about everybody's current favorite Pokemon in Pokemon Unite, and that would be Zacian. So obviously Zacian just came out on Pokemon Day, and the way they released it was basically you pay anywhere from $10 to I think $20 is pretty reasonable. I think it probably cost me about 15. You do this He Who little event and you get Zacian. You can speedrun it, or you can wait, what is it, like a week or something to do it for free. I don't know the exact time. I didn't wait. I paid to win. I bought it day one because I wanted to see how the character went, and obviously I wanted to try it out. And this reminds me a little bit of the way Hoopa came out, although everybody got Hoopa trial license day one, if I remember correctly, and then after a week you were able to earn it for free. I could be wrong, but I don't think there was any kind of pay to win with that. I don't remember if you could speedrun that. Anyways, the way Zacian has come out is kind of a prime example of how to ruin your game's speedrun. It is way too strong. It's quite literally broken, and it has an actual stranglehold on the video game. So we're going to talk about that. Obviously, I played it, and then later we learned about the bugs, and now here we are. It's created this whole big issue. So Zacian, in my opinion, highlights probably, I would say, the worst way to release a new character. So I don't have really a problem with the whole gyms on release thing. It's not really a big deal. The big deal to me is the fact that you can buy them with gyms early and play them in ranked right away, right? Like if you buy them for gyms early and you can play them in standard, sure. Most ranked games, I'm talking like, actual ranked games here, like Overwatch, when a new character comes out, you can't play it in ranked for 1 or 2 weeks. And when a new character comes out in Unite, you cannot buy it, play it in ranked day one. Now, 1 to 2 weeks doesn't really matter if you don't learn the character and you just go into ranked, let's say 2 weeks later with your free character, having never played it, which is what I do, right? I don't see a problem with that whatsoever because I do that, right? I don't play unranked, I play ranked only. So when I try out a new character, I try it out in ranked. That's not the problem necessarily. Some people would say that is a problem. For me, like I said, I don't really care. The problem is you release a character into the game in a state that you have no idea what's gonna be, right? They released it without having prior testing on it. And to add on top of that, it's bugged. So the no prior testing thing is an issue because you don't know how it's going to shake up the meta. You release it day one. Okay, cool. Let's go right into ranked, as you do with new characters. And by you, I mean me in this scenario. We go right into ranked. And no matter what build you pull, you can just do regular 100k damage out of lane. By the way, this character is a laner. You don't have to jungle it. You're wasting the jungle in that scenario. Just lane the guy. It's insanely broken. I ran day one mostly Metal Claw Play Rough because I like the double dash. The Play Rough does damage, it's a dash. Metal Claw does damage, it's a dash. And it can block projectiles, which by the way, I think is fake. I didn't block anything. I played it all day. Won 9 games on a road to get to Masters. I have like an 80% win rate by the end of the day. By the end of the last couple days. I just like the double dashes. That said, the broken moveset actually being Sacred Sword, it ignores 100% of defenses rather than the 15% that's supposed to. And you see people dropping 250, 200k on games, all the time on Twitter. Not necessarily people are doing it every single game, but there's a lot of people doing it multiple times. And the whole issue with being able to take it right into ranked is we didn't know that the character was bugged, right? Like most people, I would say honestly, at least half the people who play this game don't really interact with Unite outside of actually playing the games themselves. Maybe they watch some videos here and there, but I think the majority of the fan base probably just plays Unite, does it the way they want to. And my source for that is the item builds, dog. Like I had a double glasses shell bell freaking Decidueye the other day. That dude does not watch videos. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you're not going to really get the word out to the whole player base that, hey, this character is literally broken. It's dealing way more damage than it's supposed to. So people see, hey, look, new character, lots of damage, let's go for it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like you just play the game how you want to play the game. If you don't want to engage on social media about the game, you don't have to. And I think that's part of the issue, right? Is we learned later in the day that the character was bugged, but you're not going to get that word out to everybody. So I don't think it's fair to just say, oh, they're playing Zacian, they're bug abusing. Maybe some people are, but maybe some people aren't, right? Maybe some people say, oh, Zacian must be really strong, let's play him. And they just play the character because they like to play it. And you can't really blame the player for that. I think I'm going to say the entirety of the blame, I think this is pretty straightforward to me, is on the development team. It shouldn't be that hard to just fix a character. Like we knew it was bugged and an issue day one. It's day 3 now. No updates. We haven't heard anything from Pokemon Unite other than look at this fancy new character we came out with. I hope everybody enjoys it, and nobody enjoys it. it is quite literally ruining the ranked experience entirely, right? Like if the other team has a Zacian and you don't, GG, the game's over, you lose. Like the character's so mobile, has a built-in full heal, does so much burst damage, can shred objectives entirely, can secure with its ult. It's absolutely insane. Like this character quite literally does everything, okay? It does everything. It's very cool. It's a 1v5 machine, or if you throw in Comfy, it's a 2v5 machine. You could probably take on your whole team, maybe even 2v8, right? Like you don't need anybody else. And it just absolutely has a stranglehold on the game. And this is another reason why we need draft mode in ranked so bad. So ignoring the way that new releases should be dealt with, as in you shouldn't be able to play them in ranked day one, but you can, thanks. Ignoring that whole issue aside, right? If we have draft mode in ranked, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because everybody bans Zacian. Somebody, one team, you're telling me there's two teams and they're both going to allow Zacian to be played? Doubt it. Press X to doubt. The team who doesn't have first pick bans Zacian every time because they know they're not going to get it. It is an insta first pick right now, so it would be banned in ranked 100%. And it's like, it's so frustrating because I think they know these things, right? They release a new character. You can't play it in the draft mode. If there's a bug, you can't play it in draft mode. You can't play it in tournaments. And instead of fixing the characters, they just come out and say, oh, you can't play this in the March Cup, actually. We're looking at Scyther. We're looking at Zacian. Who else was banned? I don't freaking know. I know Zacian's banned, right? And Scyther was unbanned and then rebanned. Like, they know these things exist, right? Scyther's still bugged. This patch came out, still bugged. They know these bugs exist and just don't fix them. So it's really, really frustrating. And I think it's one of those things that could just be fixed by giving us draft mode and ranked. The way that in-game tournament worked, where it was 5v5s only, and there was draft mode, and it was basically just a separate rank ladder, was incredible. Like, that was the best experience I've ever had playing Pokemon Unite. Granted, I was playing with 4 fun people. We had a really good time. But if you throw that into just ranked in general, solo queue, you let everybody vote. You let everybody pick their character. I mean, so what? Everybody picks their character, what they want to play anyways. I don't think the draft strategy is going to be that big of a deal. Like, oh, people don't know how to draft. It doesn't matter, dog. I don't really think it matters. People in solo queue just click characters anyways. Just give the choice to ban something, right? And this whole problem doesn't exist. We ban Zacian until they fix it. Really wouldn't be that hard. You might have, at best, 1 in 10 games has a Zacian if you get to ban. Because everybody knows how big of an issue it is, how like horribly it's been handled, and how terrible the game experience has been. So, I mean, the character is just super broken, and this release highlights, it's along with Sableye, right? Like when Sableye came out, nobody wanted to play ranked. It was miserable, absolutely unfun. And I don't think this is less fun than Sableye was. I just think that it's worse for the game, maybe. I don't know if that makes sense, right? Like Sableye, playing against a good Sableye, it's 10 minutes of I hate every second of this. Playing against a good Zacian, it's like, well, I just avoid him, and then hopefully at the end, maybe we find a way to kill him. Maybe we slow roll him, right? But at the same time, right, like if you had a chance to ban him, you take that every time, and it would make the gameplay experience way more fun. So it's a little unfortunate to see the way that this was handled. Hopefully they emergency patch it. We haven't got a patch. What, Sylvan was 2 days after, so maybe they patch it today. Copium. Maybe they don't. I don't really expect them to. I guess we'll see what happens. And to the people who say, oh, you can't patch it, people paid money to get it early. What do you mean? Like, what are you talking? You don't pay for a character with a guarantee this will break the video game and get you free wins if the other team doesn't have one, right? Like, that's not how that works. I paid money for the character. Nerf it. Fix it. It is an issue. Both builds are broken. Sacred Sword is quite literally broken. Doesn't work as intended. Does too much damage. Metal Claw build does way too much damage, and it's broken because it's just way too good for the video game, right? Both builds are broken. It needs a nerf desperately. Let me know your thoughts. I'm curious to see what you think. Be sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to post more videos. We'll have another one tomorrow. Be sure to check me out on Twitch. Peace out.